Hey, Justin, come on in. I think I got some things for you.
Look at this.
So, yeah, thanks. These books here are between the 1500s and the 1700s, and they're books that theoretically could have been in the Franciscan library here in St. Augustine, because the friars had a big convent here.
Yeah.
They had a library. I pulled out a couple books here that I wanted to show you. So this is the book of the rule and constitutions of the order of our Father, St. Francis. So look at 1607.
And you're just like touching this book. I mean, it should make me like a little anxious.
Dr. Timothy Johnson, or as I called him when I was a student, Dr. J, is a professor of religion who has spent his professional life wrestling with the deepest questions and inviting others into that reflection. Earlier on, he was a Franciscan friar across Europe, Africa, and North America, immersed in the rhythms of community, prayer, and service. And that experience continues to shape how he teaches and lives today as a professor.
I'm Tim Johnson.
I'm Justin Forbes, and this is Franciscan Theology.
The practice of a rule of life. This is what I like to listen to.
So I love it. I know, I love it.
Part of the rule of life is deciding whatever opportunities you have,
Right.
what are the possibilities of integrating that into your life? And remember, it's not like you have to do it all the time, but you have to find some way.
We live in a barrage of noise. We have embraced busyness as a way of life, a source of identity and self-worth. We have this overwhelming sense of restlessness that seems to sort of bury us at times. Can you fix that?
I can't fix it, but I would be really wondering if you didn't feel restless. Many people feel like they have little to no control over their lives, and they're not wrong, actually. So much of what we experience each day is shaped by decisions we've made or that others have made on our behalf, but we're not powerless. There is this ongoing dynamic of restlessness, which I think is a calling. It's a calling to look at what is it that we are restless for.
So the experience of restlessness itself, you're saying it's just part of the journey.
Yes.
And it's actually evidence that you are engaged in the journey.
Right, and it is different than this sort of overwhelming anxiety or angst, sort of the existential angst,
Sure.
which comes from the sense that I'm not in my place. To be out of place is to be anxious. You can be in your right place, but be restless because you're looking for the next place. The fact that we're here, all of us together, wondering if there's more to life than this constant busyness means that something within us still hopes for a deeper way.
I got to be honest, when I think about someone like a St. Francis, I'm like, he didn't wrestle with being restless, right? I mean, I'm surely he was sort of like born with this like awareness and attunement with God, all of these things. I have a feeling you're going to say that's not the case.
Justin, it's not the case.
Okay, good. Yeah, there it is.
We know that Francis was restless and he was ambitious. He wanted to do better. He wanted to become something, but the challenge was, first he wanted to become what his father wanted him to be, or what his mother wanted him to be, or what the society wanted him to be. This man, revered by so many, was born around 1181 in Italy to a wealthy cloth merchant and a French mother. He grew up during a time of rising capitalism, deepening urban poverty, and political conflict among cities, popes, and emperors. Francis was a man of desires, and he changed when he started to live among those with leprosy. What had once been bitter to him, that is, meeting these ill people, became sweet. That sweetness, he said, came from a reordering of his desires. Here, Francis is learning from others, and what he's learning from others is that in the midst of this restlessness, you have to look at your desires, and out of those desires comes what's called a propositum vitae, my proposal for life. Given my situation in life, I would like to live this way. That then gets him moving forward, and then over time, as he lives out that proposal with his brothers, a rule begins to emerge. The Regula Vitae, this rule of life isn't a list of restrictions, but a framework, I believe. It offers a way to align our daily rhythms with our deepest commitments so that our lives tell the truth about our loves. Think of a rule of life like the wooden framework of a house. It doesn't confine us, it gives shape to our days and creates rooms for love, peace, and presence.
I want to become the kind of person who opens myself more to receive the love of God and therefore to just freely give that to others as if I'll never run out. A rule of life keeps me home. It keeps me grounded in that greatest truth.
Francis of Assisi discovered his deepest desire was to follow Christ in a specific fashion that leads to peace, not violence. To follow Francis's example, we, I believe, must listen to our embodied desires, discern their origins, and in the ancient understanding of discipline, learn how they may lead us, when well directed, to a life of pax et bonum, a life of peace and goodness.
So, Tim, I feel like part of what we're saying here is that this restlessness is nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to be apologetic about, but maybe it's even an invitation to push deeper into who am I called to be, who am I becoming?
When I ask myself, what am I restless? It's because I'm desiring.
It's because you're longing for
Yeah, I'm
something. that
longing
isn't
for
here.
something. And if we believe that God created the world out of desire, which means God is desire within us. And so the restlessness we feel is some echo of the desire that God wanted for us and the world, because he decided to do that.
Gosh. So when I feel a bit concerned or worried about like the kind of dad that I am, right? Part of that is evidence of like this desire to be a loving, gracious,
Exactly.
good father.
Imagine
right?
the person who didn't have that restlessness.
Yeah, that's a good reframe right there.
I mean,
That would be concerning.
that would be, like, I got it down. I'm the best dad. The fact that you're restless is a reality that suggests that you need to stop, look around, and ask the question, what desires are revealed in my restlessness?
Where do you feel the tension between how you're living and how you actually want to live? What's your restlessness trying to tell you?
The fact that we desire something more tells us there is hope.